Hello ladies! Today's video is about staying on top of your paperwork. Paperwork both on the business side and both on the personal side. My name is Agnes van Rijn from Successful Women Academy, and I help women entrepreneurs gain the clarity and the confidence to create a real business as opposed to an expensive hobby, and I give them the tools to commit to it so that they can have a successful business and enjoy their life. So the truth is that whether you have an office, the physical space, or whether you are having just a corner in the kitchen or in the living room, it is not easy to stay on top of your paperwork. Most of you are having piles and piles and piles of papers and whatever other type of things, and when something needs to be paid or they're looking for something, it's not easy to find. So today I'm going to share with you a very simple tool. All it requires is a little bit of discipline, but it is really a life-changing one. You don't have to create exactly the same as long as you can apply the principle. There are of course other type of papers as well, but these will be subject to a different video. So basically what I am going to ask you to do is to buy a binder with tabs. They come up in different types, but this is what I am talking about. So I have created, let's see, how do I turn? Yes, I've created my own tabs, but you can, because I tend to label everything, but you can just handwritten, whatever the titles are. So basically what this means, this is my business binder. It's always either on my desk or in a drawer if I'm not working with it. It has, in my case, 8 tabs because that's what it came with. So I have basically been using it the way it came up. Sometimes there are 6. I don't recommend you use the 12 one because 12 would really have everything in very small printing. The very first tab, I will put it this way, I think it's better. The very first tab is, no, it's the other way around, is to do. So basically what I have in there are a series of plastic folders, and I have one for every separate thing that I need to be doing. I even tend to match the colors. And everything that needs to be done, simply enough, is in there. Then I have a tab to pay. Well, as the name says, everything that has to be paid is in there. And the easy thing is that if you put the most recent date, the one that will come up quicker, on top, and if you have a look every day, takes a few minutes only, a few seconds even, you just take out whatever it is that you have to pay that day. I then have something called pending, and again pending, different files, plastic folders. Any thing that you have been handling or that you are needing an answer from somebody else in order for you to address it is something that cannot be stored, that cannot be filed because it's still pending, as the name says. Again, very easy. You can quickly have a look again every morning what is still pending. I personally even add electronic reminders to them, but that's subject to another video. But again, you cannot miss anything. You suddenly see something and you say, oh, wait a moment, I need to chase this or whatever. This folder for me is encompassing everything that's administration, but everything that is invoicing as well. So you had it already with the to pay, but then every time I am purchasing something, whether it is online or whether it is in a physical shop that is related to my business, I need an invoice. So normally I have them. So they all go in, I just have a whole pile They're all there. And what I'm doing with them is that they stick there until I see that they have been debited from my account. And guess what the next tab is? The next tab says, where am I? Debited. So they first spend their time here under, here under invoices. And every morning I'm going onto my bank account and I am checking what has been debited. And what has been debited I take out from invoices and it goes into the debited part. Which means that at the end of the month, all the invoices that I will need for that month's end accounting will be ready. And I will reconcile my bank account, and that is again subject to another video, but I will reconcile my bank account and it will take me no time because everything is there already. I then have a tab that says months -1. Where is it? Here. And that is because it happens quite often with stuff that I'm buying online that I may not immediately have the corresponding invoice, and sometimes I need to chase it. So sometimes at the end of the month, my month-end accounting is going to my accountant. And again, I am scanning everything, so it's physically with my accountant, but I still have a trace of it. If I need to find anything, I can. Then one or two invoices may be missing, so that's where when I get them, that's where I store the invoices of previous months. And so when I send out my month-end accounting to my accountant, I am enclosing the one or two invoices that were missing from the previous months. Then I have a tab that says expenses. Where am I? Here, expenses. It might not all be the same from one country to the other, but I am sometime paying stuff myself, I mean privately with my personal account, but in reality it should go against my business, so I am going to invoice expenses to my own business, and that is where I store the invoices that I need to be charging against my business. And the very last one is what I call, where am I? Clients. And these are expenses that I have incurred for clients and that I will need to re-invoice for them. So you can see that from a business perspective, anything that relates to the administration of your business or the accounting of your business, the invoicing part, and therefore it's a preparation for everything relating to taxes, etc. afterwards at year end. All of it is all put together into one and the same folder, and you can find everything immediately. It is, if you really have the discipline to immediately, when something arrives by mail or what, to put it in the under the right tab in the folder, you know where it is. You don't have piles of mail on your desk with envelopes that are needless, etc. You know where to find it. And what else would I want to say? And if you have the discipline to handle it every day, well, you can see that I have very little in there. And then there is the personal version of it, and let me show you what that looks like. It's exactly the same principle. Well, in this case my labels are in French, but the principle remains exactly the same, except that the topics are not necessarily exactly the same. The first one is urgent. So anything that I absolutely should not forget, it's the equivalent of what I have called to do in the other one. To be paid, exactly the same principle. To do, so anything that I need to do but that is less urgent. Pending, exactly the same principle. I also have a tab reading, so sometimes there is stuff that I receive that I want to read at some point, but I do not consider that I have to do that quickly. And then I have something called filing. Filing, in theory, there should be almost nothing in it. You know, you might just have something that you receive that you are in a rush, and you therefore do not take the time to go to the corresponding binder and file it. But it's taking exactly the same time to just open a binder or so. So in my case, see, I have just one thing in here. What I do have as well is a page with warranties. So anything that I buy that has a warranty, I store them in there. And the last one that I have is just notes. So whatever idea I'm having or things that I want to be following up or whatever, I am storing them there. Both of those binders, by the way, have some, how can I show you this? Have something like, where do I go? The other way around. At the end there is this sort of additional folder. In both instances I have my checkbook in there. So again, everything that relates to my paperwork, whether personal or professional, it's in there. If you are doing this, and if you take the discipline, it doesn't take me 5 minutes a day. It's part of my daily routine. I will do a separate video on daily routine. I start my day with it. I am checking my bank's account every day. All of that is really no time at all, but it gives you this very strong feeling that you know where you are. It's avoiding the overwhelm as well of having piles and piles of paper. So I'm conscious that there are other nature of papers. Somebody was referring in one of the groups on Facebook that there were all those trainings that she had been doing, etc. Again, I will do a separate video on that, but to give you an idea, all my trainings, because I am kind of overtrained, I can show you, let's see how I do that. No, it's the other way around. All of this are trainings that I have been following, so I just store them, and I do have, no, the other way around, everything that relates to my business here. So I'll explain all of that in another video. Basically, I am working with an empty desk, and I will explain in another video how you can, what the best way is to work. And there's of course so much more to get organized, but I will do that in a separate video. So I will post this on YouTube. I will post it equally in different Facebook groups where I know that this will be very helpful. And I would say that best is for you to give me any comment you have or any questions you have. Again, this is an indication only. You can use whatever format you want, but the idea is really that it's always by hand, and it's one and the same place where everything is stored. You know where to go, you know where to find things. If you want to find out more about the work I do, you can visit www.successfulwomenacademy.com. Thank you for watching me, and talk to you soon. Thanks.